And hello, I'm Wakasm, and today I am playing Isle of Trains. All aboard. And hello, how are you today? I am Wakasm, and today I'm playing Isle of Trains again. Solo. In case you did not catch my first playthrough, I cover most of the rules. Today we are tackling another scenario, Scenario 2. So let's go over what we have to do for Scenario 2 in order to win. Let's start there and get right into it. So first things first, as you can see, I completed Scenario 1 last time. I successfully went to Billington's and Flint Beach. I got the deliveries there. I tackled the contracts. We were successful. I almost ran out of cards, but we did okay. So that was good. Today, for Scenario 2, it's Chapter 2, Strong Foundations. You there! I need to take this money from the bank straight away. There are contractors waiting to start work on 4 fantastic new buildings, but they won't begin without the cash up front. Objective, build 4 buildings. There is no limit to the number of buildings you can build. So normally you can only build 1 building. Today I can build as many buildings that I want. Buildings, as a reminder, if you were not here last time, I have a building in my hand, in my starting hand, so I can kind of show it. They are these cards. Let me get a better angle that's not moving. They are these cards. In the multiplayer game, they are mostly ways to get extra victory points at the end of the game, so you want to try to get the buildings that synergize with what you're doing. In this, they do not do that. They do that, but victory points don't matter for the scenarios. Some of the scenarios it matters, but most of the scenarios are objective based, where you just have to try and do the thing and hope that you succeed. So I guess for this particular one, it's just getting 4 buildings out and you win. The downside is the buildings don't really do anything for you because there is no in-game scoring. So I'm not really sure how much of an engine I need to build to succeed, but I have to do it before I run out of train cards. This is the train card deck. So if that ever is empty at the end of the game, I lose. Every turn I can take 2 actions. And then after every 2 actions, I discard a card. It's like a night phase and a daytime phase. And that's kind of how the whole game's gonna go. So we have to see how much of a train engine we actually need to build to get 4 buildings out. And again, normally you can only get 1. These are my starting meeples. I drew 2 blue Billington's meeples to start with. So I guess maybe let's talk about that bonus. If you look up here, this bonus is not that great, at least for this game. Victory points, when you get them as tokens, which is what this gives 2 victory points and 1 meeple, which is a passenger. They're called passengers in this game, not meeples. The victory points can be used to put a card back on top of the deck, which kind of gives you a little bit more time, but it costs 3 victory points in order to do that. So I'm not really sure, how great going there and delivering passengers for that bonus is going to be, but we are going to try and see what I can do. So let's just kind of start. Let's look at our hand, see what we want to do, what kind of actions we want to take. This game, I am starting with in my hand. Let's do this. I'm starting with my hand 1 building, the customs house. So in order to get this out, I have to pay 6 cards. I don't know if there's any cards that reduce the cost of building. So that's the other thing. I think all the buildings take a lot of resources to get out. So that might be the trick for this one, is we just have to draw a lot of cards. In order to draw a lot of cards, we're going to need stuff like this level 3 boxcar. Anytime I put a cargo box on this one, then I can draw 5 cards and get rid of 1, and then I can also take a loading action. So anytime I load a boxcar onto this, that's what I would get, but this is a level 3, so that's really expensive. It takes 9 cards to get. This is a level 2 coach. This one's a little bit more reasonable. It's only a level 4. Doesn't take up a lot of space on our engine. We only start with 4 engines worth of engine power if I don't upgrade this. But this lets us draw 3 cards and get 2 victory points. That's kind of a nice little synergy. Then I just have to worry about figure out ways to actually get passengers onto or passengers out of the bag, but there's other ways to do that as well. This is a level, not a level 1 caboose. This is just a caboose. All the cabooses are unique. This one is every time I deliver something, I get a card. So I'm not sure how many deliveries we're going to be making this game, just because I'm not incentivized to get any of contracts on the islands. They don't really give us any benefits for this. They're not part of the goal structure, so I'm not sure I'll build this, but we'll see. This is a level 1 engine. This is what I start with already. I already can draw 2 cards by putting at least 1 passenger on here, so that's one way I can draw some cards. And again, we already talked about this. So what we are looking for are cards that are going to let us draw somewhat consistently. I just don't know how expensive that's going to be to do. If we look up here, whoops, that's too far, maybe here. There we go. If we look here, this is another level 3 type of card that also only takes up 1 engine space. This one's a little bit cheaper to get out. It costs 7 cards to get out, but this will let me put coal in and let me draw 2, and then also take another action. So I can chain actions with this one. This one, it might be a card that I try to get. If I can somehow just get 7 cards into my hand, I might just try to build this early. Problem is then I have to figure out ways to get more cards. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get this out. Maybe I'll try to get this out early, because then I can do a lot more with my time. All right. I think that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to focus on. So let us start our hand. So I have 5 cards right now. I do have a house in my building in my hand. There's a way I could keep that in my hand. That would be great. But let's see. What do I want to do? Well, I can draw 2 cards by loading up a passenger right into the engine. So that's what we're going to do first. So first thing I'm going to do is down here, I'm going to load a passenger onto my engine, and that's going to let me draw 2 cards. Let's see what I draw. I drew a level 2 boxcar and a level 2 tanker. Both of these let me draw cards and they have bonus actions. The downside to these is that they take up a lot of space or a lot of engine power, but they let me draw and they let me combo. So maybe I'll try to get one of these out first. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think for my second action, I'm just going to build a card in my hand, and I think we're just going to build. Do I want a free deliver action, or do I want a free something else action? Free load action. I think we want a free load action, so then I can combo that with that. Yes. All right. So I think we're going to pay 6 right here. 6 cards. Get this out. It's already taking up 3 of my 4 engines, so I might want to also try to level up my engine. Luckily, we do have a level 2 engine out there, so if I need it, I can grab it at any time and try to get that out. So yeah, also we're tracking my turns with these little things. Let me flip that over since we're in my second. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in my hand, so I'm going to discard them with the building all the way on the top. I don't know how many buildings there are in this deck. I should probably see how many buildings there are so I don't discard all the buildings. That's what I'm going to do real quick. How many buildings are in the deck? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 10 buildings. I'm already getting rid of 1 of them. It should be fine. So I'm discarding 6 cards. Yes, that's all I'm doing, I think, for this turn. Yep. So that's what we've done. Now I have no cards in my hand. That was my second action. So that's the end of the day. I'm going to discard a card, and I've put these upside down. So let's fix that. And now I start a new turn. And since my turn, I have nothing in my hand, I can either deliver, or I could draw a card, or I can try to find a way to do something with, I don't really have a lot of actions. I have no cards. So for my first action, I'm going to take a card. Let's just get 1 card in my hand and see what I can do with it. This is a level 2 engine. It's an oil based. It's not like this engine here, you know what? I probably should have looked and see what we had out there. You know what? That would have been a smart thing to do. Oh, I can still do that. All right, we are going to just deliver this. Yeah, this is what I should have done first. I don't know why I did it that way. You know what? We're gonna put this back on top. I'm basically gonna get that card right back, but I should have done it this way first. First, we're gonna deliver. So our train, we're gonna go to Billington's. So we're going to Billington's to deliver, and we're just delivering a passenger. Okay, this is gonna give us 2 victory points. And then it's going to also give us a free passenger from the bag. That's what that bonus does right there. And we've gotten purple. So what does purple do for us? Let us take a look. Purple lets us draw a lot of cards, so that's good. So that's going to be something we want to do next turn, I think, and try to get more stuff out. Maybe get this out next turn. Yeah, so that was my first action, was deliver. My second action... What is my second action? I had this all in my... Oh yeah, I'm going to put a meeple right back on. So I'm going to load a passenger. That's my second action. When I load a passenger, I get to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. And I have a level 2 engine in my hand, which I can try to upgrade. I have a level 1 boxcar, which is similar to this one, but I think we're going to try to get this one in, and then I think that's going to be all the train we're going to need to get all the cards that we want. So that's the end of my turn. I'm going to hold on to these 2 cards. I'm going to discard a card down. So the thing I really have to worry about now, and this is where victory points might actually matter, is if I discard any buildings, I can get a discard back on top and then draw it when I need it. But we're not going to worry about that right now. So what we are going to do instead is we're going to deliver this passenger as my first action. So we're going to go to the cactus mines, and that's going to let us go over here, and that's going to give us 5 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have 7 cards, so I guess we can look and see what we think about these cards before we do anything. We have 1 special caboose, and this is when I deliver, I can use a person as any resource that I want, which I don't think is really useful for me this game, because unlike last game, I'm not trying to actually get any of these contracts. I'm trying to get out 4 buildings. We have a level 1 boxcar, which is basically like the other boxcar, but with less. I can just put 1 cargo in and then draw 4 cards. Same thing, level 1 boxcar. We got another level 2 engine, a level 2 hopper. This one lets us draw 2 and then take an extra build action. And we have 1 building. So this would be the second building that we have to get rid of if we do not get it out this turn, or if we don't use it for something. This one would give us 2 victory points per coal that we would have scored. So this means I have 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think what I'm going to do this turn is I'm just going to build. Well, we have our first mistake. I'm going to have to build this level 2 engine, because I'm going to need the extra space, because the level 1 boxcar, as far as I can tell, both of them cost 2 engine, even though the level 3 costs 1 engine. So even though I thought I was going to be able to do something smart and just get the hopper out, I would need 1 extra card to be able to do that. I would need 8 cards, because I would have to grab that card. Plus at the end of the round I have to discard the 5, so I have to use these cards in some shape or form. So what I'm going to do instead is I am going to just upgrade the engine with 2 cards. And that's going to be my second build action. So I'm going to get rid of this. In order to do that, it's going to cost me 2 cards, because this is a 3, and when you upgrade, my head's in the way, let's see. When you upgrade from a 1 to a 3, you only have to pay 2 cards. So I need to discard 2 cards. So I think I'm just going to keep this level 2 hopper. I'm going to keep the coal factory. I'm going to get rid of this. We have the caboose too. Well, it's kind of the same thing, actually. Doesn't matter. They both would have been the same thing. But we'll keep the caboose. We'll get rid of this special caboose that we're not going to use, and we'll get rid of 1 of these box cars, because we don't need 2 box cars. And that is going to be it for my turn. That leaves me with 4 cards right here. And that is it for the end of the turn. Sorry. So I'm going to discard a card. It is not a building, so we are good. And let's flip over my 2 action markers and see what we want to do next. We still have these 3 cards here. I think I need to draw some cards. And I think I'm going to try to get out. What did I say I was going to get out? Either the level 1 boxcar. I think I'm going to have to do this in steps, or the level 2 hopper. That is a hopper out there, so we want to get this out. Okay. All right. So we're going to load our train with the meeple, with the passenger. That's going to let us draw 2 cards because of the effect on our engine. Oh, and so I get a meeple too. Sorry, when I upgraded this, I forgot that sometimes the upgrades have meeples too. So I actually got a meeple for upgrading that. I forgot that that's a thing. So let's see what color I get before I decide which one I'm going to load up. I got an orange. Let's look at Camp Eagle here and see what's going on at Camp Eagle. Camp Eagle, if I take this action, I get to draw 2 cards and I get a bonus build action. So that could be useful. Let's see. If I draw 2 cards and another 2 cards, that's going to put me at 8 cards. I could get 2 of these out, potentially all in 1 action. Let's see. If I do the level 1 boxcar, and then I do the level 2 hopper, how many cards do I need for that? I need 7 cards to get all that out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't have enough engine space. Or I could get this caboose out, or maybe I don't do that yet. Maybe I just do what I did the first time and do the Billington's action, just draw and get something small out. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. We are going to do what I originally was planning. We're gonna load the Billington. Actually, we can still go to Camp Eagle. It's still the same thing. Because I'll end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll get rid of 3 to get the hopper out. That'll leave me with 5. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Hopefully my math is correct. We're going to load him up for 2 cards. Let's see what we draw. I drew a level 3 engine, which I could also try to get out now, which would cover more of my engine space if I think I need it. I also got a time engine, which if I get that out, that lets me look at the discard and then draw from the discard. That could be useful if I'm worried about buildings getting stuck, but it also is going to cost me 5 cards to do that. But it does mean that if any buildings go in the discard, I can just get them out automatically. But I don't know, I have some victory points, so I might be able to do that immediately anyway. So let's just hold off on that. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. And that was my first action. So my second action, I'm going to deliver to Camp Eagle. That's going to give me 2 more cards. 1, 2. This is a special caboose. Anytime I load coal, I get to draw a card. That's pretty good. That kind of combos with the hopper I'm planning on building. And we also have a coach. A coach is also good. Every time I put a meeple here, I get 3 cards and 3 victory points, which is also really good, and actually is probably easier to do than that hopper. The problem is it requires 7 cards. So let's see. So now I get a free build action for the second action, which means I can build now. So let's see what I want to build. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. I think I'm going to switch what I was going to do, because since I got this coach, I think this is going to empower me to do a lot more. And I think I'll be able to do some interesting things with it. Problem is I'm going to have to lose 1 more building, which means 2 buildings are going to be in the discard, but I think that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So my free build action that I'm getting from putting this passenger here, I'm going to build this level 3 coach. I think this is easier to pull off, even though it doesn't quite combo with what I was doing before. I still might try to get the hopper out anyway at some point, but we're going to do this first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I don't have to do this though. Now let's build the hopper. We'll do the hopper first. So then I can upgrade it and get that bonus action. I really like that bonus action as an option. Plus I did all this work to upgrade this engine, so I could do this. So this is going to cost 4 cards. So we are going to keep this coach. We are going to get rid of this caboose. That gives me an extra card. I like the extra card, but I don't think it's going to be worth the 3 cards I got to discard to build it. I'm going to get rid of this time engine as the second one. I think I'm going to get rid of this caboose that gives me free time or free power, and I'm going to get rid of this other boxcar that I've been holding on to. All right, so that leaves 3 cards in my hand. That was my second action. It was 3 actions total because I comboed it, but that is it. So now I have to discard a card, and it was another level 1 coach. So we're going to go back down here, and we will start a new turn. So we'll flip over these 2 action markers, and let's see what we want to do. Any of those actions matter? No. Okay. All right. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try to draw some more cards, and I'm going to do that by getting rid of my level 3 engine. I'm going to load, make a free load action. Actually, do I want to do that yet? I might want to deliver first. Hold on. I might want to load a passenger first. Yeah, I'm going to load a passenger first. Sorry. So we're going to do this. We're going to load this passenger for 2 cards. 2 cards we got are a level 1 hopper and a level 1 boxcar. So this is good. These are cards that we don't mind getting rid of. Then we are going to fix our hand because our cards are everywhere. So now I have 5 cards. As a second action, we are going to load a resource into the boxcar, and we are going to load this level 3 engine that we have. This level 3 engine is a crate. This boxcar takes crates. So when we load it, we get to draw 4 cards. So 1, level 1 engine. 2, we get a level 3 engine back, and this level 3 engine is the exact same. Yeah, exact same. A level 2 engine and a level 3 hopper. So this level 3 hopper is the same hopper as the one that has been sitting out here this whole time. So now it's in my hand. I don't even have to draw it from there, which would have been smart to do. So now I have, let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. But since I loaded this, I get a free load action. So now I'm going to take from all the cards that I got. Hopefully I got something I can use. Yes, I'm going to use this level 1 engine. This level 1 engine is basically a wild because it has all 3 resources on it. I'm going to load that into my hopper. That's going to let me draw 2 more cards. We're going to do 1, 2. We got a level 3 boxcar, which is an upgrade to this one. And then we have a caboose 10. This one is every time I deliver, I think it means I can use any meeple for any ticket. I think that's what that means. Let me check. So looking it up, I think this does even a little bit more. This basically says when I deliver, I can use a meeple that doesn't match to get any ticket reward. And then if I understand it correctly, it also means I don't even have to put the meeple on the ticket. It just goes right back to the bag. So which means if there's like this is probably really good for solo, even more than multiplayer. Although it's probably pretty good for multiplayer too. Because if there is a really good power and I get this early, like that Alpine Lodge, like drawing 5 cards, I could just keep putting the wrong colors there and drawing 5 cards. And for a scenario like this where building is really important, that's probably worth doing. So I might try to build this. I don't think I need to, but I might. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. And then I have the level 3 boxcar. That's this. I think I said that already. Okay. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. So now I could build this building list in my hand, or I could try to get one more thing out to help this whole process. And I think I'm going to try to get one more thing out to help this whole process. And the question is, do I want to upgrade this this hopper, like I said I was going to do early to get this bonus action. I think I'm going to do that. Then I think I'm going to try to get the coach, and then I think I'm just going to try and get buildings for the rest of the game. I think that's going to be my goal. So first, we're going to build this level 3 hopper. The level 3 hopper is an upgrade to the level 2 hopper, or I could build the whole thing as its own thing. I could have an extra hopper out here, but I think I'm just going to upgrade, which only requires 3 cards. So let's make sure I have the 3 cards I want. I'm going to get rid of this level 2 engine. I'm going to get rid of this level 3 engine. And I think I'm going to get rid of this caboose. Even though I like this caboose, I think it's too late for me to really use it as much as I should want to, although it costs 3, but yeah, I'm going to feel sad getting rid of it. I'm not going to get this boxcar. Let's get rid of this boxcar instead. Let's keep this caboose as an option just in case. So I'll get rid of the 2 engines and this level 3 boxcar. I was keeping the boxcar because of the delivery type, but I'll be drawing more cards, and maybe I will get this caboose out because I don't know. That also seems like it would be fun to get out. So that's the 3 cards. That leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, so I don't have to discard anything. And that was from my free build action. So again, as a reminder, I was able to combo a load into another load, which then let me build. But that was all of my actions for this turn. And now I'm going to flip these over, and we are going to discard another card. And it is a level 1 tanker, so it's not a building. So I should be okay now. Maybe what do I do? Oh yeah, so now I gotta also get rid of this. And this goes out. And now, instead of a free build action, I get a free action. Just any action that I want it to be. So I think that's gonna be really good. So I think we're gonna try to do that combo again, but maybe we might try to deliver. Actually, you know what? Now's the time. I think we're gonna build first. I think that's what we're gonna do. What are we gonna build? We're gonna build this caboose that we said we weren't gonna build, but that means I gotta get rid of three cards that I don't want to get rid of necessarily. Hopper. All right. Hopper. I thought I knew what I wanted to do. Level 7. The coach is 7. That's the issue here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I go here, I get a victory point and another meeple. That's it. I'm going to end up having to discard a card. Okay, we're going to waste the turn. I think, no, we're not going to waste the turn. How else could I get a card? Oh, wait, that's right. Okay, sorry, we have options. I'm being silly right now. I'm going to load this level 3 hopper. I didn't realize you get less cards than what we had before, but it's fine. No, it's the same amount of cards. So I'm going to load this hopper with another coal. That's my first action. Whoops. Like this. I'm going to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. I got 2 level 2 engines, so not super useful in terms of building, which is good. That means I have good cards to get stuff out. And I'm going to slide this up here. This little action card in my... I got a free bonus action, so I'm still in my first action. And with that free bonus action, I'm going to build this for 3. And I'm just going to get rid of the 2 engine cards and the hopper to get that out. So that was 3 cards that we got rid of. So now I can, when I deliver this, I can just deliver this someplace else and get rid of them. So we'll do it right now. So for my second action, we're going to deliver to Flint Beach. But normally I can't deliver this guy here, but because of this caboose, I can deliver any color one that I want. And instead of putting it on the ticket, it goes back in the bag. So I get the leftmost power, which is draw 3, and I'm going to get another meeple back. So he's going to go back into the bag first. Actually, he goes in the back of the bag after, I think. So technically he's not in the bag until after I draw. So it gives me a black meeple back. He's going to go back in the bag, and I draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we drew. We got a level 8 tanker, which at this point I'm not going to use. I have a special caboose, This lets me build one more building, but in this scenario, I can build unlimited buildings, so that's not super helpful. And a level 1 coach, which also doesn't help me because I'm going to try to get a level 3 coach out. So that is all of my actions for the turn. That leaves me with 5 cards in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is it for this turn. So we'll flip over these and we are going to discard a card. We're going to see if it's a building. Still not a building. So now we're like halfway through the deck and we've only seen a couple buildings. So gotta hope that we are able to get them early enough that we can space out our cards to build. But I'm still holding on to a building that I'm still holding on to coal factories. So maybe we can get this out this turn or soon. But before, I forgot to do one more thing. When I built this, I was supposed to grab a meeple. This is a easy rule to miss. I got a train, which train is not used in solo. So, oops. We'll just put this cute little train up here. We'll put it on this little map. There we go. There we go. We'll put it above the map. All right, so I have 2 black meeples. They belong to Devon City. So Devon City meeples. Okay. So now I gotta decide what I want to do with my turn. And I think I want to try and do this huge combo to be able to build a big thing this turn. And then I might have to deliver somewhere just to get rid of these resources so I can actually do the combos again. But let's see what I drew. I have the coal factory still. We're going to keep that. I want to build the coach. That's the last thing that I'm trying to get out. Coach is going to let me do a lot of things. So I need to put out this tanker. That's what I need to do. So this tanker, I'm loading this tanker. If I can get it underneath this card. Okay, it's going to let me draw 4 cards. And I'm also going to get to load something else as a bonus action. So this is all my first action. So first card, second card, third card, fourth card. Okay, we got 2 buildings in our hand now. So this is going to make things more complicated. I have a bank. The bank, I think I would get +2 victory points at the end of the game if I had passengers or resources underneath in any train cards. I think that's what that is. So if they're in my train card, and this one would just give me 8 victory points at the end of the game. But for the scenario based stuff, it doesn't matter. So I have 3 buildings in my hands now, which is not great. It's not what I was hoping for, but my turn's not over. So let's see what I could do with this. So first action, I loaded, I drew 4 cards, I got a free load action. So now I'm gonna put a coal, I'm gonna put this level 1 coach in here because I don't need the coach. And also want to double check I did not cheat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was supposed to check this when I built it. I have 6 up here, so I'm good. If I build anything else, I can't build anything else unless I get the stronger or it has no power. But that's gonna let me draw 2 cards and then give me a free action of anything that I want. So let's draw the 2 cards. Hopefully it's not a building. Neither one was a building. We got another special caboose. This is anytime I load a passenger, I can draw 2 cards. Would not be horrible to get out, but I don't have the space to build this. I'm kind of caboosed up now. So now for my free action, I'm gonna build, and I think I'm gonna try to build this caboose. Where is it? Coach, sorry. This is a 7 card level 3 coach, but when I build it, I'm gonna get 3 passengers. And I can load 3 passengers, and I'm gonna be able to get a lot of card and victory points. And I think that's gonna be key to my victory for this game. We shall see. But let's see if I can get this out without doing too many bad things for myself. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna get rid of 7 cards. I'm gonna get rid of this caboose that I don't care about. I'm gonna keep this coal factory for now. Had it in my hand for a long time. I'm gonna get rid of this boxcar, this hopper, keep the bank, keep Grand Central, get rid of this caboose, get rid of this coach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get rid of 2 buildings to do this. I'm not happy about it, but I think I can work with this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards are gone to do this. I am going to though discard them in a way so that the two buildings are on top. So right now on my discard, a building is on top. Okay, and that was all one action. So I still have one more action left this turn. I loaded, which gave me a free load action, which gave me a free action that I can do anything with. I built. When I build this, I get 3 more passengers. 1, 2, 3. So I now have, I'm gonna put my victory points over here, I think, for right now. So I have a purple passenger, a green passenger, and a white passenger that I could load onto my train. And now I still have my coal card. This is the one card that's in my hand right now. And I think all I'm gonna do for my second action is I'm gonna load passenger here. And I will load, I don't know, one of the Devon City ones, I guess. And what that will do for me is I get to draw 3 cards for loading it. So we're gonna do that right now. 1, 2, 3. So one of these cards is a building. This would be, I would get 2 victory points, I think, for every oil I have. I'm not 100% sure for the multiplayer. I'd have to look this up, but since it doesn't matter, I'm not going to really look it up right now. I'm not 100% sure if it's per contract that has oil or if it's in my train. It's because it has this like contract icon. It might be all the contracts up here that have oil in them. I'm not 100% sure. Let me look it up so I can tell you. Yeah, so it would be each oil symbol shown on your completed contract. So like for instance, if I completed Flint Beach, and then also completed like the top side, if you look at the back, when you score it, it tells you all the stuff that you paid. So if I had this at the end of the game, this would be worth an extra 6 victory points because of this. That's what that is for. But again, for this scenario, it doesn't matter for my purposes. I just need to build 4 of these buildings, and I've built 0 of them. So we're at a crossroads right now. But what is important is that I also get 3 victory points every time I do this action. And that means I can now spend 3 victory points to put a card from here back on top. And that means I put one of the buildings back on top, which means it's going to get discarded again. But that's okay, because I can do this again and I can eventually pick that up. That's going to be my goal here, is to eventually pick up buildings that I discard. And I need 4 of them, and I think 3 of them are in the deck. So I think I should be good. I just now have to build stuff. So what do I want to do now? That was my last action. So now I have to end the turn. We're going to discard this back, and I'm going to start my new turn and figure out what I want to do. So let's see here. I think a smart, well, I can only do this once per delivery though. I think a smart thing for me to do is going to be to try to get rid of all these resources. Question is, where can I get rid of them? Is there a way that I can get rid of all of them in one go? And I don't think I can do that. Yeah, I needed to get 1 oil, be able to deliver, no, 2 through, and then 3. Yeah, I would need to get this once, and then the second time I deliver here, I could do that. But that's okay. I think that will work out then. I think that will work out for what we're trying to do. So, okay, I know what I'm doing for my first turn. Anyway, I am going to load up another meeple. I think I'm going to load up a purple one. And I believe, what do I believe? I believe I am going to draw 3 cards. Sorry, I had to think my turn through. First, I have to get my 3 cards and my victory point. Okay, I got another building, so I now have 3 buildings in my hand, and I have 4 other cards in my hand. And I'm going to get 3 victory points. Now, I should be drawing from here is what I should be doing. Something that I didn't realize would be super helpful. Getting buildings potentially from here to here, probably a smart play. So from now on, since I don't really feel like I need any of the cards I draw beyond using them for stuff, like I don't think I'm going to build any more trains, I should be drawing from here in the future, which I'm going to start doing right now. So for my second action, I'm going to deliver, and I'm going to deliver to the cactus mines. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to deliver both passengers. So let's go to the cactus mines. Whoops, what did I do? I've broken my setup here. Okay, we'll let this play out real slow, and then we are going to do this. Hopefully it fixes it. There we go. All right, sorry about that. We're going to deliver this passenger first using our special power. And the special power that we have lets us deliver one passenger kind of for free, and if they don't match, they go back in the bag. So that's what we're going to do first. And that's going to let us draw 4 cards. We'll put him on the side for now. So we're going to draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I don't really care about what I draw. You know what? I said I was going to do this. It's not going to matter, but hold on. Let's put it back. Draw these 3, and then draw 1. I'm still going to end up drawing the same cards. Okay. I have a really big hand right now. This is going to let me put cards out here, which is why I did that. And I'm going to draw another 4 cards using the actual purple passenger, because when you deliver, you can deliver multiple passengers. At least I believe you can. Pretty sure you can do as many deliveries as you want, as long as you do have either get the main contract or have this contract, or have the matching meeples, or have powers that let you do it. So again, if I'm playing that wrong, let me know. But I feel like that's how it works. That's how I'm playing it. Hopefully it's not a mistake. We draw 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I don't really care what I drew at this moment in time, other than I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cards. It's a lot of cards. And that was my first action. I think it was my first action. Was that my second action? Please tell me that was my first action. That might have been my second action, which would have been silly for me to do all that then. All right, how do I fix this? Because I'm just gonna end up having to discard all these cards, which was silly of me if that was my second action. Problem is I have these markers here that are supposed to remind me, but I don't know if I flipped that for this action. I can't remember if I delivered something here this turn. I think I did. So we can fix that by putting back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Let's put these guys back here. I feel like one of them was a building. Oh, I don't know how to fix this. I just should probably just live with my mistake. That's what I should do. I think I'm just going to live with my mistake, because I'm pretty sure. So what I should have done is I should have went to Camp Eagle, just drawn an extra card, discarded 6 cards down to play down a building. This would have given me an extra build action, so I could have at least spent the cards this turn. That's what I should have done. Problem is I just can't remember if I did this turn or if I did this at the end of last turn, and I have no way to like go check, because yeah, I don't know if I did this turn or not. I drew 8 cards. 3 of them were for here. Plus, I think I have 11 cards, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's count all this. I know one of them was a building. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe I had one other card before. So that seems right. All right, I'm gonna live with my mistake. If I lose this, it's because of that, because I just did all that for no reason. And there's not a lot of cards left. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I lost if I do that. All right, we're gonna undo it. We're gonna undo it the best that I can. I'm gonna put back 3 cards here. Didn't really matter what they were. I know I drew the one building pretty early, so let's put that building back towards the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would have been this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 8. And I think I drew this building like, where's the building? Coal factory. Definitely not my coal factory. It would have been this town hall. All right. So I think I reset things. Makes sense. I may have cheated. Human error. Again, I have a hard problem in this game remembering like to flip it immediately when I do stuff. And then when I think about a turn for a long time, I can't remember when I'm taking the action, I use the action, but I'm pretty sure this is my second action. So instead of going up there, I would have just went here with Devon. And I would have got my 1 free card instead. And I would just deliver here. Or I could deliver this and get this action. Or, you know what? We'll make this even easier. We'll leave all those cards out. We won't grab any cards. We'll go up here instead. This is what we're going to do. I've solved my problem, I think. Well, instead, we'll deliver to here. We'll use him. We'll do this first. We're going to get rid of a crate and a coal. We'll discard those. And now we get this card. That's part of our main contract. It's doing so good without making rules mistakes too. I always hate when I have to undo stuff. All right. So we're going to take this contract instead. We're not going to draw any cards. While we're there, we'll deliver him to get 1 free victory point and another meeple. So we're going to draw the meeple first. And again, just to show that, that's right here. We're using him for the passenger. We drew another one of these guys. So here's the one that I had. So I got to put him back. And that's from the bonus power. That leaves me with my 4 cards that I had. I didn't draw any cards. This way I can do everything that I was going to do. And I basically end up with the same amount of cards as I was before. I'm just going to do it smarter and actually have the ability to build when I do it. Okay. I would have had 3 cards that I have to discard down to 2. Is what would have happened. So I would have drawn 3 cards from this. Let's get my 1 victory point for that. That would have given me that 4th building, and I can't build, so I got to just discard down the 2 cards, or discard down the 2 cards. So I have 4 buildings in my hand. That's where we're at. We'll take the next turn, and if you're watching, you can let me know if everything I did makes sense, if I just cheated or not. I don't know, but we're going to keep going. I'm sure when you play at home by yourself, things like this happening here right now. So this is what we're going to do now instead. We are on the next turn making our first action. Let's put this visible. Where's the best place to put this? We're going to put this here right now because nope, we're going to put this here right now so it's easy to see. We're going to take our first action getting at the beginning of the turn. We are going to load a crate. This engine that I have in my hand can be used for anything. It's going to let us draw 4 meeples or 4 cards, and then these 3, because we said from now on we're gonna draw from over there. We don't really care what these are that much, although we do care if we got a coal. But we did get a coal. That's going to give us a free load action to load this back up. It's going to give us another 2 cards. Again, we really only care if we get buildings, and sometimes we care what these are, but right now we're not really care. So we have 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then actually we have 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it's 6. All the buildings cost 6. I don't have anything that reduces the cost of buildings. Maybe there's like a boost that reduces that. That would have been helpful to get, but we didn't get that. So now I got to determine how I want to do this. So I can do any action that I want still. Do I want to try to get to 10 cards is the question. I think we do. No, I don't think we do, because I can't get 2 bonus build actions unless I build right now. So it's either build and then load and discard cards. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to build. We're going to build with this action. So we're still in our first one. We're going to build. We're going to take these 5. We're going to take a building as the 6th card, and we're going to put it on top of the discard. So this is what it looks like. I discarded it in a way where this is on top. Okay. Then we are going to build our first building. So we're going to build our coal factory, since this has been in our hand the entire time. And we're going to build it down here underneath. I guess we'll build it like this. I don't really know where I should build my buildings. Maybe I'll put my buildings up here. So now I have this building. I think maybe I'm supposed to put it underneath my engine like this. I'm not 100% sure where they want us to do it. I have not built a building yet in this game. Not in the one multiplayer game I played or in any solo games yet. So, all right. So first building, so 1/4 of my goal through the scenario. That was my first action. My second action, before I do that, I'm going to spend 3 victory points to put this building back on top. And then now for my second action, I'm going to load a meeple into this coach. It's going to let me draw 3 cards. 1, I'm going to get my rail yard back. 2, 3, and I'm getting just 2 more random cards that may or may not be important to me. And that is it for this turn. So now I have to refill these 3 spaces. And now one of these spaces has a building in it, so that's really good for me. Maybe here, it's easier to see. And then now I'm going to discard a card. So now these are the 3 cards I refilled because I took cards from there. And now there's a building here. So now I have a building locked in that I don't have to keep in my hand. It's going to make things a little bit easier. And I also still have 2 buildings in my hand. And I have 3 other cards. Okay, so now I have to try to have another big turn. And we are going to do that by delivering to Billington as my first action. Why are we going to do this? Because if I deliver it to Billington's, I can now refill this secondary contract over here, which requires 2 coal and 2 crates, which is going to let me completely empty out my boxcar and most of my hopper. So we're going to go to Billington's, and we are going to do the secondary one right here, so for 2 coal and 2 crates. So technically what would happen is at the end of the game, I'd be scoring 14 victory points. This was a real game by doing this. That means I have to discard my 2 crates and my 2 coal from underneath my train. Then I can deliver 1 meeple that does not match. So I think we're going to deliver this green meeple, and that's just going to give me a victory point and another meeple from the bag back. I got a white one. And that is it. That's everything as part of that delivery action. So my delivery action is over. I still have 5 cards in my hand right now. That's these guys right here. And I have 1 more action. So what I'm going to do is very similar to before. I'm going to try to chain stuff so that I built. So to do that, I'm going to use this as a crate. It's going to let me draw 4 cards. So now my problem is I think I'm going to lose this. I think I'm going to run out of cards. So remember, I'm going to draw these first. And I might just make it. I'm not 100% sure. I might have drawn too many cards this game. And I also had that one turn where I kind of messed everything up. So I don't know if I cheated myself even further. I might have built 1 too many things. I'm not 100% sure. But this gives me 4 cards. And then the problem is I have to draw 2 more cards now. Well, I have to get rid of a card to draw 2 more cards. So this gives me a freeload action. This is all part of the second action. Wait, is this my first action? See, I did it again. I think this is my second action. I have to do this. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to load this in. So let me draw 2 more cards. Doesn't really matter what I draw. So now I have these 2 buildings plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. We're going to keep this tanker because this has a crate on it that we can use next turn to try to get what we need to build. So hopefully we can do this. So it's going to cost me 6. Yeah, I don't think I have enough cards. I just realized I need 3 buildings, not 2 buildings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this has another building in there too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do the same thing we did before, where we're going to discard these 6 with a building on top. We're going to build our second building. We'll build the town hall. Yeah, there's not enough cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I definitely built probably too much out here. I probably didn't need to build this, and I probably could have done better and just kept these at like lower levels, or I should have just built buildings sooner. I'm not 100% sure. I think the level 3 coke is really what I should have focused on. But let's just finish the game. Let's play it out. So yeah, I used my free action to build. So now I'm going to spend 3 victory points to put this building from the discard back on top. Doesn't really do that much though, because it's just going to get discarded. And now I start my turn. I have 2 actions left. I have to put these cards out. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can build 1 more building, which I'll do. I'm not 100% sure if the game ends when I run out, if it's the second I run out of cards or the second I have to draw a card with no cards. But either way, I can still do it. So I have a coal. Let's see if I can at least get 3 buildings. So first I'm gonna put a meeple here. I'm gonna load a guy up. Yeah, I also get 3 victory points for that too. When I load a guy, I get 3 cards. I'm just gonna take these 3 cards. I get 3 victory points. And then I have 5 cards now. One of them is a coal. So I'll do that to draw 2 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have exactly 6 cards. That's awkward. Could I have done something different to at least get this building out? How could I have gotten 3 cards and also built? Don't think it was possible. Oh, it is. No, yeah, it's still possible. Okay. So I get my 2 cards. I get a free action. For my free action, I'm going to deliver a meeple. I'll deliver this purple one over to Camp Eagle, which is going to let me draw 1 more card. And we're going to assume that the game does not end until I have to draw a card, but it might end the second it's empty. I'm not 100% sure, but we're just going to play as if I have to draw a card. It doesn't really matter, I'm losing anyway. But that would give me my extra card. I can get rid of 6 cards to get my 3rd building out. So we have 3 buildings, but I think I was drawing too many cards early to build stuff and did not realize that it was going to be that tight of a game when it comes to building buildings. And I don't know if there's a caboose. I kind of stopped looking at the powers, but maybe there's a caboose that makes buildings cheaper. But probably not. Yeah, so that's scenario 2. I thought that one was actually going to be easier than it was. Unfortunately, fighting the deck draw is harder than it seems because all the deck draw is like you have to do it. It's compulsory. So, I mean, I don't know. I thought I was actually doing pretty good with like not having to discard too many cards, but I think what I did was I spent too much time upgrading my engine, and then I added this caboose, which was like a bunch of cards, like another 6 cards right there. I think I really only needed this coach. I think the coach, if I would have just got rid of this, or like get these 2 out early and then I don't need these 2, one or the other. I think like either of these combos, probably I could have won the game with, because there's enough of these special tickets that give meeples back that every time I would deliver, spend one, I could have like got more meeples without having to build more trains. But I kind of was like early in going for this. So I think if I try this scenario again, I think probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just try to play the scenarios as far as I can go. I'll see which ones I win, which ones I lose, and then maybe I'll go back to do the ones that I lost. But strategy wise, other than the one rules mistake that I made where I may have drawn too many cards or maybe not drawn enough, which also could have factored into, I still think I would have lost either way. But I definitely think focusing on either one of these 2 combos, or maybe even the cheaper versions of these, would have been enough. Or maybe even just this extra action one, draw 2 cards, get the action, get the meeple. Because you just basically need to be able to draw 6 cards and then still build. And I got really lucky that there was this build action out here too. Like next time I play, that might not even exist. I don't even know. So yeah, that is a big L on my end. My fault. I thought I was ahead of the deck more than I was. I wasn't. But I think I liked this scenario more than the first scenario for some reason. I don't know why. The first scenario is actually like more how the game actually plays in multiplayer. But I don't know, the first time it felt easier, but again, I might have made mistakes. I might have made mistakes this game. I might have or even hurt myself by messing up actions. Maybe I gave myself one less action. I won't know unless I watch the full thing. But if you've been watching, you could let me know in the comments if I did make any mistakes. Otherwise, I don't know. This is Isle of Trains solo. This scenario was pretty tight. I don't know if they're all going to be like that. Let's look at scenario 3 real quick. What does scenario 3 want us to do? Scenario 3 wants us to gain at least 60 victory points with no special rules. So scenario 3 will actually play kind of like how the multiplayer game plays a little bit more, because I'll actually be trying to get multiple points, which I haven't had to do, which means getting a building will be important, scoring contracts will be important, but I'll have the flexibility to get whatever one. So at least the third scenario will give you kind of an idea of what the actual game is like. But anyway, this was wakasm. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I'll see you next time. If you like this, thumbs up, like, subscribe. I'm still figuring out some technical things. I had a couple issues with my camera again, and also still making rules mistakes. I don't think I made any actual rules mistakes other than forgetting my action. And I think I probably mentioned it 4 times, so you're probably sick of hearing me say that. So anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye.